Hello YouTube, welcome to a video. I know it's been a while since my last upload and a lot has transpired since then, but that's neither here nor there. Today we are getting into investing for beginners. In a previous video, I have stated that the number one thing to do as a young adult or even a teenager would be to set up a Roth IRA account, an amazing investment account that can generate over $1 million if you plan it accordingly and invest throughout your years. But I forgot to mention one of the most important details of the Roth IRA account. So I have personally owned a Roth for about 2 years now. And this year was the first year that I fully invested into it. I did invest the contribution limit of 7,000 US dollars in 2024. In the previous year, I did not max it out. That was my problem. I completely forgot. It got to the end of the year and I was trying to max it out around December 30th, December 31st, and I couldn't get it. It slipped my mind. So honestly, I would suggest, doing it in the beginning of the year so you're not like me procrastinating. But today we are going to be speaking upon how to start your investment portfolio as a rookie or a noob. If you don't know how to invest, this video is for you, because even 2 hours ago, I didn't know some of this knowledge that I'm about to, put you guys onto. So first things first, if you don't know what a Roth IRA account is, go watch my previous video on it. A Roth IRA account is simply an investment account. It's a retirement account that you set up, an individual retirement account, and you're providing for your retirement. So you can open one up, I believe, maybe even as early as 13. I don't remember. The video that I did on it was over a year ago. You're gonna have to do some research. You're gonna have to get your parents involved. But if you're over the age of 18, I highly suggest opening up your own Roth IRA account and trying to max it out every year if possible. I understand not everyone is as fortunate to max it out every year, but just do what you can, and over time it will grow into a large lump sum of tax-free money. Who doesn't want that? Now, this is the part that I forgot to mention. You don't want to just simply invest the money into the Roth IRA account and not touch it. Essentially, that's what you are doing because you do not want to withdraw the money before your retirement, because if you do, there will be withdrawal penalty fees and you're going to lose money. So you don't want to do that. But with your money, you can further invest it inside of a Roth IRA account. And for the previous year, I was kind of skeptical on doing so because I was under the assumption that investing in the Roth IRA alone would generate the max return in the end, which is not true. I have been seeing annual, or I believe it's monthly dividends. I'm not too sure. It might have been quarterly dividends, but I have been seeing, dividends deposited back into my Roth IRA account, but it is nothing substantial. So upon further research, I have actually been exposed to, Reddit and a lot of other information that has told me it is highly advised that you do not deposit money into your Roth IRA account and let it sit, which I was falsely under the assumption everyone else does. No, you want to invest the maximum contribution limit into your Roth IRA account and then further invest it into other portfolio investments that you might have. And one of the most common investments is the index fund, the S&P 500. And that is the topic of today's video. If you are new to investing, this is the best fund to get into. Highly renowned, a billionaire. I don't even know how many billions of dollars he got now, but Warren Buffett, one of the richest men ever to live, he's spoken highly about the S&P index fund. Everyone on YouTube, if you haven't heard of it by now, now you have. I've heard of it in the past. I never thought too much of it. But today I actually did extensive research on the S&P 500 index fund, and I decided to pull the trigger. So we're going to get into it. What is the S&P 500? Well, simply, the S&P 500 is the Standard & Poor 500 most traded or highly valued public entities. So such as Microsoft, Nvidia, Tesla, Apple, the top high profile traded companies in the world. It's about roughly 500 of them. It's not 500 exact. I was under the assumption it was 500 exact traded companies. No, it's roughly 500, so more than 500. But essentially, when you invest into an S&P 500, what you are doing is you are investing into the top 500 most publicly traded companies in the United States. So with that being said, you're taking out a lot of the risk of investing into a sole company. If you wanted to take $100 and invest it into Apple, or invest it into Microsoft or Nvidia or Tesla, whatever it may be, you're taking a risk, because that stock market will go up and down and it might lose or gain value over time. But if you simply invest that same 100 into the S&P 500 index fund, what it's going to do is it's going to spread that investment across the top 500 companies. So it's way lower risk with a pretty decent annual percentage. It's one of the most proven index funds, one of the most proven investments known to man, from what I've heard, from what I've seen. A lot of other funds, they try to beat out the S&P 500, but typically they can't. Other people, other private investors, other funds, they try to compete with the S&P 500, and typically they can't do it because, how could you compete with the top 500 companies? You just can't. It's like playing it safe. You feel what I'm saying? So with that being said, we have to further explain the S&P 500. Now, when you invest into the S&P 500, you're not simply spacing that money across every single company. You're not putting 100 and they're going to divide it 500 ways. No. The S&P 500 is made up mostly of the top, I would say, 5 companies. So there's a chart. I'm not sure. I'm going to be honest here. I'm running multiple YouTube channels and I'm my editor. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be adding screenshots, but I was going to show a chart where the larger companies, the higher ranked companies, hold a larger percentage of your investment. So with that being said, when you invest into the S&P 500, you're essentially investing majority of your money into those top companies, but it will also be spread amongst the other 400, 450 companies. You know what I'm saying? So yes, it is a larger investment, but essentially you are still highly investing into those top tier companies such as Apple, Tesla, Microsoft, Nvidia, the top tier, the most world-renowned companies in the United States at least. So with that being said, we can get into some of the numbers here. It's not an exact list of the top 500 companies by market cap because the index also includes other criteria. Annually, the S&P 500 index guarantees one of the best performances in the stock market overall. So, you just can't go wrong with it. Honestly, it's a pretty safe investment. I would say I'm just getting into it now, so I can't speak on my returns, but I have watched a little over, I would say, 3 hours of YouTube videos from multiple creators, and they have nothing but good things to say. It's a pretty sound investment. I would definitely encourage all of you guys to open up 2 investment accounts. One, the Roth IRA account, that's your investment account for your retirement, and another investment account where you can trade And I would say the number one option is this index fund. There's multiple brokerages, I'm pretty sure that's what they call it, that offer S&P accounts. And two of the most recognized S&P accounts would be VOO from Vanguard, that is the VOO account, S&P 500, and the FXAIX, which is the S&P account through Fidelity. Now, if you saw my last video about the Roth IRA account, I did choose to open a Roth IRA through Fidelity, and initially I was going to try to open up an investment account with Vanguard to open up a VOO investment, but somehow I was like online and they didn't allow me to open up an account. They wanted me to call them, and at the time of this recording it is 4 a.m. and I'm pretty sure they're not going to answer the phone at 4 a.m. So me being impatient, I just opened up a investment account. I opened an investment account through Fidelity, and boom, 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 it linked in with my Roth IRA account, and now I'm going to be investing into the FXAIX Fidelity S&P 500 index fund. Now, I don't have to do anything but simply put money into that investment account. Everything else will be taken care of. We're going to make a mortgage video soon too. I've been very busy, as you can tell. I'm in a new environment. I have moved. A lot has transpired since the time of my last recording. But nonetheless, I'm here to give you guys back the knowledge that I am receiving. So a lot of this knowledge is new to me. I'm not going to lie. But like I said, when you invest into an index fund, it is not ran by you. You just simply invest the money into the account, and there's other people that run the account, and you would just have to pay a fee out of it. That's why people suggest going with a low annual percentage index fund. You want to go with the index fund that doesn't charge a lot of money annually. So I believe the FXAIX from Fidelity offers the lowest fee. When you do open the account, they're going to charge you the least amount of money on your amount balance in the account. But if you go with the VOO with Vanguard, I believe it's slightly higher. The percentages are pretty comparable though. I think Vanguard is 0.30% and the FXAIX is around 0.20. So, you know, Fidelity does offer a cheaper rate, but pretty comparable. The VOO Vanguard account typically did yield higher dividends from what I've seen. Like I said, I haven't personally invested in either one of these prior to recording, but today I am opening an investment account through Fidelity, and I am going to be investing in FXAIX. So in the year to come, I'm sure I can do a follow-up video where I will be breaking down my investments and seeing the quarterly yields, what I got, the net gain, hopefully the net gain and not the net loss, because you know this is the S&P 500 we're talking about here. Why would there be a net loss typically? Also, you know, our country is going through a lot right now. We just ended the election in November, and you know, the economy, the state of the economy was quite the topic, and I'm very interested to see how our economy inflates or deflates over the next 4 years. The housing crisis, the stock market, cryptocurrency is going to be massive. It already was massive. We're gonna have to make a whole nother video about cryptocurrency, mortgages, and oh yeah, my grills. Since the last time you guys saw me, I did purchase a set of diamond grills, and I was going to make a video explaining my splurge and seeing if it was a bad decision or if it was a good investment. So we'll make a video on that. Thank you guys for watching this one though. Like I said, I encourage all of my young audience, no matter if you're teenage years, early 20s, later 20s. It's never too late to start investing, but to optimize your returns, I would say start in your earlier years. So even if it's not maxing out the contribution limit, open up a Roth IRA account, invest into your retirement. Also, invest into an S&P 500, okay? Invest into an S&P 500. Don't worry about cryptocurrencies and stocks and isolating, oh, I need to buy this amount of stocks or this amount of shares. Just worry about an investment account, a Roth IRA account, and investing that money further into an S&P 500 because it's one of the safest, lowest risks. It's proven to return over the past year, 5 years, 10 years. And, you just can't go wrong with it. So, yes, I'm new to this, but I'm true to this, baby. Come on, man. Y'all know what's going on. Guap not going to steer y'all in the wrong direction. I showed y'all what credit cards to get. I showed y'all what investment account to open. And we're gonna keep growing, man. I'm only 22 years old. I'm still learning a lot of this financial literacy. I'm learning from my own research because when I was in high school, a virus hit the country, it hit the world, and we went into a pandemic. So I didn't really get to learn economy in high school. So I took it upon myself to educate myself through online YouTube videos, Google searches, and personal conversations with other individuals. So with that being said, take all of my financial advice with a grain of salt. Do further research. I advise all of you, if you learn something from this video, to do some extensive research beyond my own explaining, because I got a lot going on up here and it's sometimes hard for me to get it out right here. So, I might not have articulated everything that I wanted to say in the right manner, but I hope you guys learned something. S&P 500, invest it. Open an investment account. I suggest VOO or FXAIX to invest in with an S&P 500, and also invest in a Roth IRA account. Boom. Get your credit card. If you don't have a credit card yet, we're building our credit. We're building our investment accounts, and we're going to be billionaires. My goal with investing, bro, I'm going to be honest, I'm not trying to become a billionaire. I'm just trying to become financially stable and provide for my family, generational wealth type vibe. So if you're on the same thing, make sure you're being financially literate. I'm still trying to be financially literate. I thought I already was, but there's always room for improvement. Y'all don't even want to see a YouTube video breaking down how much money I spent this year. I really thought I was good with my money until I went to my bank account and I put spending year to date. Crazy. So I got a lot of financial videos that I want to drop on this channel. So yeah, today investing, the word of the day, S&P 500. Go get you one. If you don't got money in the S&P 500, what you doing, boy? Boy, I tell you, boy, go invest in the S&P 500. Yeah, man. Save your money. Be smart. I appreciate y'all for watching. Make sure y'all subscribe here. Lots more financial content coming. If I said anything wrong, please don't hesitate to correct me in the comments. I was in a rush to make this video. I just wanted to get y'all that knowledge real quick. And, drop any questions in the comments as well. I'll be responding whenever I get the chance. And, yeah, man. That's it. I'm going to catch y'all on my next video, man. Get y'all guap up, man. Guap gang on top.